Okay, the answer is no. The answer is no. Getting rich quick is not a scam. Getting rich quick is not a scam. It's actually a strategy. Okay? So, welcome to the digital asset class. My name is Ray Lamar, and so today we're gonna shake things up a bit. We're gonna shake things up. We're gonna shake up everything that you thought you knew about money. Okay? Things that you've heard before. Getting rich quick is a scam. But is it really? Or is the real scam the system that keep you working for 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life just to retire broke? Yeah, we went there. Okay? So let's talk about it. Here's the big lie about money. We all have been told the same story for so long. Go to school, get a job. How many times do we have to hear these things before it resonates? They tell us to go to school, get a job, work hard, and one day you'll be rich. Or I don't know if I've ever heard the last part. But they say that you'll be successful. They say that that's the way to create success. Not necessarily that you'll be rich, but that you'll be successful. But that's not what happens typically on 99% of the time. Most people work their entire lives and they still struggle their entire lives. Why? Because the system wasn't built for you to win. It was built to keep you dependent. It was built to keep you dependent. Okay? So think about it. The richest people in the world don't trade their time for money. They create businesses, investments, assets, digital assets that make money for them. The idea that wealth has to take 40 years is a myth created to keep you from realizing your power. 40 years? Like, be for real. The truth about creating wealth isn't about luck. It's about awareness. You have to understand how money works and where opportunities exist. And so mindset is everything. Your mindset is everything when it comes to creating wealth. In fact, people will demonize your excitement or your enthusiasm towards creating wealth, and they won't do it out loud. It's the energy. You feel the energy. That's why you hear people speak on, and I hope this audio is cool. I'm trying something new out. I'm on air. I'm on air like I'm a radio station or something. But so we'll check it out after. But so they'll give this energy like, it's unseen. The energy is so unseen. It's just felt like you're crazy, or like you're better. You think you're better, or things like that. Just because the average person is caught up in the system. The average person is caught up in the system as to where they going to work every single day, which most of us have to do. But it's when you start to change that mindset of yours and you start to realize, like, this ain't it. I am better than this. It's not that I'm better than you. I'm better than this job. I'm better than this position that they put me in, or that they try to claim that this is what you're supposed to do. I'm better than this. And so when other people don't necessarily view themselves as better than this position, it's not that they aren't better than the position. They just don't view themselves better than that position. They view themselves in that position, or like, yeah, I'm going to work. It becomes their life. It becomes how they eat. This is how I get paid. I go to this job every single day, and this is how I get my check. And so there becomes space. You create space with distance when you start to educate yourself on how money works and things like that. But so your mindset is extremely important. It's actually one of the most important parts. So if you believe that getting rich is hard, it will be. But if you understand that wealth is created through strategy and knowledge and wisdom, then you'll start to see opportunities everywhere. You'll start to see opportunities left and right because they are all over the place. In fact, when it comes to making money is directly correlated to the amount of value that you can bring someone. And so you agreed to bring value to this particular company or this particular person or whatever the case. You agreed to bring them value for this amount of money per hour or this amount of money per year. And so that's where you're capped at. That's where you're capped at. As to where, when it comes to other like rich people or the richest people, they create value for the masses. They create. Let's just take Sam Walton, for instance, the founder of Walmart. He created value for, and in fact, the Walmart brand is great value. I just thought of that. The Walmart brand is great value. So they're creating great value for the people. They're creating great value for the people. In fact, I believe Sam Walton never wanted to go above I believe it was a 30% markup for his customers. He said, I don't want to go over 30%. So he would get his products from wherever, mark it up 30%, and then deliver it to the market. And that's how he created his wealth. By creating value to people. Like, you know what? I'm going to give these people, I'm going to pass the deal. I got a deal over here, so I'm going to pass the deal on. I'm going to just mark it up 30%, make my little profit, but I'm going to pass the deal on to the people. I'm going to create great value for the people. He created value for multiple people at once, as to where the average person creates value for just one company. They go to one company and they say, hey, I'll do this for you if you pay me. And then people don't even go to jobs demanding what they want. Really, they go to, most of the time when people are seeking a job is because they need the job, for the most part. They, and then by the time things start changing, they start wanting a change of scenery. Little gnats and stuff. But they start wanting to change something. Like, something gotta shake. This ain't gonna cut it. I ain't making enough here or whatever. And then they start to shift or change. Like, man, I'm about to go to school. Like, about to up the score a little bit. Man, I'm about to try to get a new. I would lift ride share. And so I would have people in the back. I would just chop it up with them every now and then. And I was talking to somebody, and basically she said, yeah, I'm working here, whatever the case. I make, let's just say $17 or something like that. She like, yeah, I'm about to leave that place. I ain't making enough. Yeah, I just found this other, I'm looking at this other job. They paying $18.50. I said, girl. And I explained to her that you're not changing your situation. Making $1.50 more an hour is not going to change your life. You get what I'm saying? And she was like, I never thought about it like that. I just sat there and explained it to her a little bit. Like, really think about it. You know what I'm saying? You going from making $17 an hour, so your check's about to be an extra $50. You know what I'm saying? So people don't take these type of things into consideration all the time. And so opportunities are everywhere. And then skills matter more than a job. What skills do you have? Those who master communication, problem solving, leadership, literacy, digital literacy will always find ways to generate income. You have to master certain particular skills. Um, you know what? I kind of want to use this board. I haven't used the board yet. This is something that I've learned from my mentor, Myron Golden. It's the levels of value. It's 4 levels of value. Let's try this thing out. So it's 4 levels of value. The lowest level of value is implementation. Implement. I don't know if I spelled that right. It's implementation. You probably can barely see it, but the lowest level of value is implementation. They say on average you'll make between minimum wage up to maybe $80,000 a year doing the job. You're implementing whatever the job is. So you might be, you might make minimum wage at McDonald's or something like that, or you may be like a mechanic, like a high level mechanic, car mechanic. You might work on high end vehicles or something like that, but you're still doing the work. You might work on Mercedes, like I'm a Mercedes mechanic, but you make $80,000 a year salary, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? And so, or you may be like a producer. You might be some type of some type of skilled producer where I do audio. I'm an audio engineer. I make $80,000 a year. You get what I'm saying? And so minimum wage to roughly around 80K. 80K. So the second level of value would be unification. On the unification level, you're using your management skills. So you're more like a manager. You're unifying people. You're unifying the people that are implementing the job. So you may be a manager, or pretty much manager, supervisor, things like that. You're unifying the people. You're making sure people are getting their things done. You're using a higher, because wealth is spiritual. Wealth is spiritual. And so implementation, you're doing the manual labor. You're moving the piece over here. You're wrenching. You're doing the actual work. You're not necessarily using you're not using your you're using your muscles over time. You're using your muscles over time. Like, yeah, you may have to think in order to do the job. You're like, okay, yeah, I need to do this, do this, do that. But you're implementing yourself. Unification, you're gathering the people. Okay, I need y'all to do this. I need y'all to do this. I need y'all to do that. And we need to have it done by 1:00. You know what I'm saying? And so on this level, you're going to make anywhere between like 40K and maybe like 250, a $250,000. You might be a high end manager at some big corporation or something where like, yeah, I'm a high end manager where you manage you manage some type of high level thing. And so or you may be a manager at Walmart or at somewhere else making $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So it ranges between like 40K and 250,000 ish. And so what he says, this is Myron Golden discovered this. It's actually in the Bible though. This formula is in the Bible. It's not a formula, it's like a format, or this whatever it is, whatever it would be considered, is actually in the Bible. But and so real wealth is created on the next level. So real wealth is created on this next level, which would be called communication. And so on this level, on a low end, you might make 100K. You might be a salesman. You might sell cars. You might sell, you can sell anything. You might sell e-commerce. You might sell, whatever the case is. You might, on the low end, you're gonna make around 100K, 6 figures. On the high end, you might make 100 million. Might make 100 million on the communications. Drake is a high level communicator. Oprah Winfrey is a high level communicator. So when you hit this level of communication, when you start using your communication, you're moving the masses. You're able to move more people in whatever, in whatever the direction is. You're able to gather or garner the attention and the hearts of more people at once because of your communication skills. And so wealth begins in the communication arena. And so communication, and then the highest level of value, and these are levels of value. So as to where you might go to, let's just say you work at Target. You tell the Target people, like, yeah, you go do the interview. You tell the Target people, like, yeah, I can, I work, I'm available full time. They're like, okay, yeah, we are looking for some new staff. We're looking for people that can get the job done, whatever. Boom, they'll hire you on this level. Or we're looking for a manager. They'll hire you on this level. You got to be on a different type of time to get on the communication. You got to talk to the different people. You're not gonna go on an interview and say, yeah, how can I join the communications team? They're gonna be like, you got to call corporate. You get what I'm saying? You got to go. They're gonna take you to a different department in order to get on the communications level. Like, what do you mean communications level? Like, I don't know. Where is it at? Like, I don't know what you're gonna have to talk to HR. You're gonna have to call the people in the big office and say, yo, how can I, now let's just, on the communication, let's just take Target again, for example. The communications level for Target may be finding sponsors for events that they might be having, or finding or communicating the logistics of, well, that's more of unification. Logistics would be more of unification. Communication would be selling locations. Like, yeah, we got this real estate over here. We want to build a Target here. Where are we building the next Targets at? Okay, well, there's an area over in this state. We got enough real estate to build the property here. Now we got to talk to the real estate people. You got to talk to the developers. You got to talk to the Target people. You got to talk to, that's communication. And so you might get paid, just off of that one deal. You build this one Target. You facilitate that one situation. You might make, like I said, on the low end, 100,000, on the high end, 100 million. Just off of facilitating that one situation, you might make $150. But that's just one deal. You're like, okay, I could do that. And, like, yeah, I'm talking to these people. It's going to take a while for this to go through, but by the end of it, I'll make 150,000, and I'm working on 2 of them. You get what I'm saying? And so you make 300,000. You may make $300,000 a year because you're using your communication skills. Or on the other end, I'm dropping a mixtape. I'm dropping the biggest mixtape of 2025. I'm having the biggest mixtape release of 2025. And so, yeah, this is communication. And so we gon' we're gonna tap in. We're gonna tap in with this. We're gonna test this out. And so, the highest level of value, which I utilize in my business as well, is imagination. And so on the imagination level, on the low end, you're gonna make at least you're gonna make at least an M ball. You're gonna make at least an M. You know what I'm saying? And on the high end, billions. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even doing the numbers no more. You get to the letters. you go from K, minimum wage, to the K's, to the M's, to the B's. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, on the high end, on the low end, you might make $1 million a year. On the high end, you might make $1 billion. 2 billion, 3 billion, billions are made through the imagination. And so when you combine imagination with communication, yeah, you a bad man. You know what I'm saying? You're taking your skill sets, you're taking your value that you can create for people to a new height, to another level. And so that is how you create more value for people. That's how you create more value for people. Like, yo, I heard you have a whatever. I heard you sell wigs. Yeah, I do. Okay. How many wigs do you sell on average per month? Well, we do pretty good. We sell about 100. Oh, okay, that's great. If you could if you could double the amount of wigs that you sell, would you be open to that? Would you be willing? Would you be able to fulfill that, or would that kind of mess things up for you? Oh no, that'd be perfect. If I could sell double the amount of wigs I sell right now, then that would be amazing. I'm just having a hard time with this and that. Oh, okay. So tell me more about that. You said you were having a hard time with this and that. Explain this to me. Okay, now explain that to me. Okay, now now also this and that. Okay, now go give me the details on that, because that's interesting. Okay. All right. So look, if I was to tell you that I have a team that specializes in that, that's easy. This is simple as that. I'm gonna show you this right now. Boom, 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 boom. So does that make sense? Yes. Okay. And then as far as those things, those are things that, you have to take care of, whatever the case is. Now, if I told you that we could do all of these things, if I told you that we could take care of these things and within like a 30-day time frame, and after these 30 days, you'll be in a position to double how many wigs you sell, would you be open to checking out how you may be able to do that? Yes. Okay. Well, we actually do this, blah, 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 blah. Boom. Communication, sales, things like that. Or you might be a negotiator, or you might be you're using your communication. You might be a talk show host. You might be a singer. You might be a songwriter. You might be a author, whatever the case. But that communication. And then the highest level would be imagination. You're using your imagination. Like, I'm a roll out the biggest mixtape of 2025. Why? Not the music, but because of the movement. It's going to be the movement behind the music that is going to create such impact that it ain't going to be of course it's going to be the biggest. It's like, there's no way around it. So those are the levels of value. I got to use my board for the first time. Episode number 9. But so your skills matter more than the job. Those who master communication, problem solving, because that's all it is. You're solving a problem. That's all the game is solving problems for people. Leadership, literacy, digital literacy will always find ways to generate income. Okay. Now, what's the real scam? The system that you work for is the real scam. Most people are stuck in what they call the old game. That's the old way to play the game. You're playing the old game. It's about trading time for money, like working a job, depending on a paycheck. You dependent on a check. That's what keep you going. That's the only reason why you continue to show up to work. It's because you know that if you don't go, you're not gonna get that check at the end of the week. Sad thing. So people get dependent on a paycheck, and so and then also saving for retirement. Saving for retirement while inflation is eating away at your money. You know what I'm saying? Everything is becoming more expensive. You need to invest. You need to figure out how to bring more value to the marketplace. How to up your skill level. You know what I'm saying? I see so many people. I see a lot of people starting businesses or wanting to be in business, but they just don't have the knowledge. They don't have the real knowledge on how to successfully run a business. And so and I've been studying business for years now, and so I've come to a place where the things that I've learned about business have put me in a position to help other businesses. And so here I am. I've been blessed. I'm blessed to have become and to be a business consultant. I'm in a blessed position right now to be a business consultant. Yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I'm a creative. But businesses need me. There are people that need my assistance. It's people that need my help in the marketplace. They need my problem solving ability. And so yeah, it's about the value that you bring. So the truth is that jobs aren't secure. Technology and AI are replacing workers. You hear about AI replacing workers, AI. Yeah, they are. The rich own the systems, and the system is not designed to make you rich. I'll say that again. The truth is that jobs aren't secure. Technology and AI are replacing workers. The rich own the systems, and the system is not designed to make you rich. So you better get hit. So if getting rich quick is a scam, then explain why banks, corporations, and billionaires are making millions overnight while you work a 9 to 5. They're not on the scam list. They're not on the scam list. You still go to the bank, and then people will talk down about the system and still be enslaved to it. You know what I'm saying? People will talk about how the system is corrupt and things like that and blah blah blah, but yet they still are enslaved to the system. Not saying that you can't go to the bank and you can't utilize the bank for whatever purposes you might need them for, but to be enslaved by the system still, that's where we have to break free. We have to become free. We have to break free from these chains and these systems. So the core principles of wealth creation is, it's a few things. In order to build wealth, you have to focus on the overarching truths of wealth creation, which it starts with awareness. You have to be aware. You have to know that money moves where opportunity exists. Money moves where opportunity exists. When you see an opportunity, that's where the money is at. Because, that's, if you see a problem, that's where the money is at. Because people will pay to get a problem solved. If your electricity needs work, if you need your kitchen done, if you need a new car, if you need something done, if there's a problem, people pay to solve their problems. And so if you can somehow get in a position where you are a problem solver, then people will pay you to solve their problems. Secondly is mindset. You have to believe that wealth is attainable. You have to believe that wealth is attainable and then position yourself to receive it. Okay, and it takes time. It's not just gonna happen overnight. But once you position yourself, it'll seem like it happened overnight, and especially to other people, they'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They'll think that you got rich overnight, but no, I've been working on this. You know what I'm saying? I've been changing my mindset and positioning myself to receive wealth. Number 3, skills. Invest in learning high value skills that increase your earning potential. I've invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into learning new skills and educating myself, which is the next one, education. But I've invested thousands of dollars in order to learn certain skills, in order to increase my earning potential. Number 4, education. Never stop learning about economics, business, and digital trends. Just trends in general. When it says digital trends, that's what we focus on here at the digital asset class. And so, but overall, you just have to keep an eye. You have to keep you got to keep an ear to the streets. You got to keep an ear to what's going on in the world. You have to understand the economics, the what is going on in the economy. A lot of things are going on, especially with these tariffs and things like that. So people aren't aware of what's going on overseas. You gotta know what's going on across the world, around the world. You have to educate yourself. Number 5 is your network. Your network is your net worth. Surround yourself with people who think bigger and push you to grow, because you continue to hang around the people that that's doing regular things, you're just gonna find yourself in a regular situation, holding yourself back, keep yourself from the power that you have, that's inside of you, that you should, and the wealth that you desire. So instead of asking, is this too good to be true, you probably should ask, why haven't I been taught this before? Why haven't I been taught this before? Exactly. That's a good question. So getting rich quick has never been a scam. In fact, if you got rich quick, you would probably be flabbergasted. You would probably be like, oh, thank God. You'd be thanking God. If you hit the lottery for 20 million, you would be thanking God. You wouldn't be saying, oh, this is a scam. You would be thanking God. So you have to get out of the mindset that getting rich quick is a scam. It's not a scam. It's just the way you think about it. It's the way you think about it. It's the way you've been conditioned to think about it. It's the way that you've been programmed to think about money and wealth and riches. Getting rich quick is not a scam. It's not a scam. It's actually a strategy. It's a strategy. Why would you want to get rich slow? You know what I'm saying? Like, we only live. You don't know how long you're gonna live. You don't know how long you're gonna be here on this earth. You could die today. So you don't want to waste the time that you have, doing things that you don't desire. You want to put yourself in a position to maximize on the opportunities that are around you. The scam is the system that keep you broke. If you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. So, as I've mentioned before, I'm on a wealth journey. I'm on a wealth creation journey. And so I'm doing it live. We're creating wealth live. We're doing it as we speak. And so stay tapped in. This is the digital asset class. My name is Ray Lamar. Y'all can follow, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. I'll do all that stuff. Go to premierforeign.com. We have resources there where you can get a couple things. You can get a couple free assets emailed to you. Just put your information in, whatever the case. Sign up for our webinar as well. We have a webinar that we're gonna kick off here this month. So Just stay tapped in, stay tuned. A lot to come. Share this episode with somebody who needs to hear it. And y'all stay up, stay blessed, and stay tuned. It's the ENT.